Do you like horses but wish they didn't have those annoying internal organs and blood? Well, have I got the mod for you!
Wow.
Alright, no way in hell I'm doing that voice for the full video. Alright, today we're taking a look at the Empire Master Engineer by Zombie Flanders and Chaos Roby. Robbie? Chaos, that guy. Does exactly what it says on the tin. This will add in the Empire Master Engineer, a hero for the, Empire. And we'll add in a little bit more than that, but we'll touch on them later. But to start with, let's look at the Master Engineers themselves. So, first thing that you'll probably notice, and the first thing I led with, is that they have a completely mechanical steed option. Now, already on its own, that's kind of neat and everything like that, but we're going to deflect slightly and immediately talk about a submod that's available for this to make them look as a mechanical steed should look. Strongly recommend you pick up that submod, but anyways, with that said, let's get back into the swing of things. So the mechanical steed is somewhat important because it gives you a lot of speed to a dedicated ranged unit. However, unlike most other ranged heroes in the game, you can actually pick the weapon loadout of the Master Engineer. So you've got three options, the repeater rifle being, your kind of quick firing. They're basically like the pistol core. You have the Hawkland Lawn Rifle, which makes them essentially snipers, kind of like the Skaven. And then the grenade launcher, which, does exactly what you would expect it to. You blow the crap out of people. But no matter which of those three weapons you pick, the end of their skill tree is where you'll unlock the Mechanical Steed, which I thought was kind of a cool touch. Ordinarily, you kind of do what you want and then pick your mount as applicable, but in this one you have to earn your mount, which I thought was a really neat touch for them. So if the Hawkland Long Rifle and frankly even the Grenade Launcher are options, you might be wondering why you would ever pick anything other than those two. And it depends on how useful you want the Empire Engineer to be to the army as a whole versus just on his own. So for example, the Hawkland Long Rifle, you don't actually benefit your army basically at all. You are there exclusively to be a character sniper, and that's it. Whereas at least with the grenade launcher, you're still somewhat powerful, but you can also help out all the war machines in the army, which when you're the Empire makes a pretty big difference. You can do your best Chaos Dwarf impression. The repeater rifle variant though is actually the most useful I find to the army as a whole. That one you can benefit basically any gunpowder unit, which if you're paying attention to the Empire, is quite a few of them, right? On top of that too, the way that the repeater rifle one benefits his people, I find makes them a lot more beneficial as compared to how much the grenade launcher benefits the war machines. So, kind of picture it as a sliding scale between, repeater rifle being the weakest individual of the three variants, but by far the most useful as a support character, long rifle being worthless as a support character, but the most beneficial in unique or in combat on their own, and the grenade launcher variant falling in between those 2 points. But while the hero is the primary focus of this, it is not the only thing added in by this. So you do get two unique buildings, one in Altdorf, one in Nuln. Obviously, as you might expect, they are tied in with the Empire Engineer. As a heads up, they are not the only way to get access to the Empire Engineer. Basically, anything that allows you to recruit the Empire Captain will allow you to recruit the Empire Engineer as well. The other thing that this adds in, though, and the one I find more interesting, is the Legendary Hero. You get Jubal Falk. He is a Hawkland Long Rifle Sniper. However, he also has a lot of unique effects that sort of combines the Hawkland Long Rifle side of the Empire Engineer with the support side of the Pistolier line. It makes him pretty distinctly potent, but he's not actually all that overpowered or anything like that. In fact, in general, mod balance is pretty damn good on this. In general, as much as this would be very easy to sort of dial everything up to 11, you can definitely tell that the mod author took time to keep things restrained and, sort of common sense based, right? The other thing I really like too is even though this is doing stuff that also affect the Empire Captain, I haven't had any issues with this conflicting with anything yet. So I'm not sure if that was done through a deft touch or if it's just a happy accident, but in either case I was really happy to see that this just plugged right in and went to work with everything else that I had. So then, conclusion time. Should you get the Empire Master Engineer? Yeah, of course, it's a great mod. I would also firmly recommend the updated Mechanical Steed model that this adds in. As a heads up, if you do use the extra Mechanical Steed model, I believe it makes the entire mod save game dependent, so you won't be able to take it out. However, it's a worthy trade-off. I don't know about you, but usually if I start up a save using certain mods, I just keep on using them. I can't bring myself to take mods out of the middle of a save game because it usually tends to bugger things up anyways. But that is going to wrap it up for this particular review. So as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.